Visitors beware. What's scarier than a wooden roller coaster? Freakier than a funhouse and more chilling than a clown? Well, it's the decrepit remains of a park where laughter and children's giggling once drifted through the air, and where brightly colored Ferris wheels and thrilling rides made everlasting memories. Whether a result of nuclear catastrophe, natural disaster, or fierce competition, some theme parks around the world have been totally deserted and left to rust. Take a visual stroll of the top 10 creepiest abandoned amusement parks around the world, some of which you could also take an actual stroll through, if you dare. Before we start the video, if you like this video, please subscribe and leave a comment, "I subscribed," and we will personally respond to your comment. Also, stick around and check out the top 3 on our list. They may be the most fascinating of all. Thanks a lot. Number 10. New Orleans Six Flags Louisiana. This once sparkling place of merriment now stands as an eerie reminder of the devastation of Hurricane Katrina, which flooded the city and closed the park in 2005. The park's drainage pump failed and the park was consequently flooded with water up to 7 feet deep. It would never reopen, and it's now one of the attractions that are so creepy they're off limits to tourists. The roller coaster, Big Easy Ferris wheel, and other rides are now deserted if you don't count the snake and alligators wandering through them. But this sad memorial may soon be gone, as plans for its demolition were recently announced. Number 9. Disney's River Country, Florida. Disney's River Country was the first water park built in Walt Disney World. The park closed in November 2001 following the negative impacts the New York 9/11 attacks had on US tourist industry. The water park has since been left in ruin and hasn't been torn down, making it one of the 2 Disney parks ever to be closed and not removed. While you aren't allowed to visit, you can still see the island from Disney's Wilderness Lounge, Disney's Contemporary Resort, Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, as well as from boat tips between them. Number 8. Dogpatch USA, Arkansas. Fans of the Lil Abner comic strip and cartoon may remember Dogpatch as the home of all its colorful country characters. By the mid-1980s, however, Dogpatch was no longer a money maker. It was sold several times before closing in 1993. It was sold again in 2014 to entrepreneur Charles "Bud" Pelsour, though he's now looking for a buyer. In 2017, an entertainment company called Heritage USA Inc. began leasing the property from Pelsour, but that arrangement fell apart. Most recently, a small portion of the site was reopened as Cabin Patch USA, a primitive camping area with plans to add on a bathhouse, cabins, yachts, covered wagons, RV sites, and more. Number 7. Spree Park, Berlin, Germany. Berlin's Spree Park opened in 1969 as East Germany's only amusement park and welcomed 1.5 million visitors a year in its heyday. When it closed due to failing visitor numbers, owner Norbert Witt packed up 6 of the park's most popular rides into shipping containers and had them sent to Peru. A new park in Lima never quite took off, and Witt's problems grew when some of the rides were shipped back to Germany and customs officers discovered 1.6 kilograms of cocaine hidden in the mast of the Magic Carpet. Tours of the abandoned park ran until last year when the city council put up a perimeter fence to protect the remaining rides. Number 6. Gulliver's Kingdom, Yamanashi, Japan. Gulliver's Kingdom was only in business for 4 years, before being abandoned due to low visitor numbers. Today, the park is home to an enormous disintegrating Gulliver structure based on the novel Gulliver's Travels by Jonathan Swift, a chilling sight that represents the park's fall into disarray. Gulliver's Kingdom was built near Mount Fuji, near Aokigahara, an infamous suicide spot. The park was based on the novel Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Smith, as the giant creepy Gulliver statue is a testament to. Number 5. Pripyat Amusement Park, Chernobyl, Ukraine. Pripyat is the most famous abandoned amusement park in the world. The park was a new build due to open in 1986. However, A few days before the grand opening, catastrophic nuclear disaster struck the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. The park was briefly accessible to locals, but they were forced to evacuate as reports of dangerously high levels of radiation in the area started to emerge, something habitats and authorities had been aware of on the day of the nuclear incident. Today, the park remains untouched and the unused rides are disintegrating or consumed with mold. Number 4. Nara Dreamland, Nara, Japan. Nara Dreamland is one of the most photographed abandoned theme parks in the world. The park was built in the 1960s and deserted in 2006 due to low visitor numbers. It was constructed in the style that was inspired by Disneyland in California and features a contrast of brightly colored fairy tale rides and roller coasters that are now rotting. Everything has been left as it was on the park's last day, and there are still even cheers in the coffee shops. Number 3. Chippewa Lake Park, Ohio. After 100 years of fun, Chippewa Lake Park shut their doors forever in 1978 due to declining ticket sales. This once popular Ohio amusement park stood abandoned and untouched for years, and nature began to take over the shiny amusement park rides. Trees grew through the roller coasters, and the building collapsed thanks to years of exposure without maintenance. Former owner Parker Beach loved the park so much that he asked that his final resting place be on the grounds. The wish was supposedly fulfilled, though the grave was unmarked. Thanks to the extra creepy atmosphere of the abandoned park, it has served as a backdrop for at least one horror movie. Number 2. Camelot, Lancashire, England. Once a fairy tale attraction, England's Camelot theme park now stands abandoned and in ruins, with no new prospect in sight. Located in Charley, Lancashire, the grounds are just 40 minutes northwest of Manchester. This eerie theme park was formerly one of the region's most visited attractions, hosting more than 500,000 visitors from its opening in 1983 to 1995. Based on the story of Knights of the Round Table, Camelot opened in 1983 on land once covered by the largest lake in England, Martin Mere, also known as the Lost Lake of Sir Lancelot, after it is believed that Sir Lancelot's parents fled to its shores from enemies in France. After its close, numerous plans have been failed to develop the area, and so it lies in ruins. Number 1. Dunblobin Crinkly Bottom Theme Park, England. Dunblobin was created as part of the Newell Edmonds Crinkly Bottom Park, which was a Mr. Blobbin themed amusement park, based on the popular 90s television show character. Themed as Mr. Blobby's home, Crinkly Bottom, Mr. Blobby's house, Dunblobin, was a key attraction. And for a while, the park was so popular, one couple held their wedding at the park, with the Pink Peril himself at the reception. But much like Blobby Mania, the park was short-lived, closed a mere 5 years later in 1999. The buildings were left to decay for years, growing over with moss, until the site was demolished in 2014 in the attempt to stop break-ins. Today, there are rumors that the site is haunted, and the ghost hunters often visit with hopes of catching something supernatural on a tape. That's all with our list, folks. Hope you found beauty in these decaying, spine-chilling spots. Kindly hit the like button and share your valuable feedback in the comment section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to keep enjoying such interesting and amazing videos.